Hey guys, have been re-watching a few Chris Chan related things recently, and some people talk about the comics, and even watching some of my dubs, and I came to some resurface of memories of this fucker. Remember this fucker? This little innocent thing of wonder who just wanted to have fun and totally did not get accused of us trying to assassinate Chris Chan in the shower. It still kills me. What happened to that guy anyway? Oh yeah.
You were a mistake.
I think I still have him buried in the backyard. Anyway, I've come to recollect on some things, and I thought, you know what? Why not share? Why not share with you guys some actual plans I had for this guy? Yeah, I was actually working on some Sonichu fan fiction that was going to be a comic or two, and I thought, you know, why not share with you guys what I had planned? So let us take a step back and think of what if we could have made a world of Sonichu that didn't suck, that wasn't strange, bizarre, full of sexualized nonsense and brutal judgment on telling artists to move along with their comics. This is the story of X, also known as the exiled Sonichu. X was going to be considered a bit of a prankster, you know, taking things too far, kind of like the more innocent version of a troll to the other Sonichus and Roshus around Quickville, to the point where he was banished from Quickville. And the first story would open up on him showing how in his exile he would go from town to town throughout, well, this world, which is apparently also Pokemon world, but and would find ways to be more of a heroic type. Like, he would still keep to his antics, but he would see others just being much more worse than him, more mean, and he would step up and be the hero that a lot of Sonichus are born to be. In his travels, he would hear a horrible, horrible revelation about his old hometown. Quickville is destroyed. All that people know is one day there was a massive explosion and the city is gone. With his supersonic speed, like all Sonichus, especially with his fire to help him, you know, like a jet engine. Yes, I made him a fire type. He rushed back to Quickville to find, like the rumors say, there's nothing but destruction. He can't find anyone, no survivors. And as he makes it to the center of Quickville, where that seemed to be the main, ground zero of where whatever happened, he finds someone under a rubble. He finds Magichan. And he is told by Magichan what happened was the dimensional merge was happening. And in a rush when it seemed to be stopping, Chris tried to use his powers, and it caused a huge backlash of energy, resulting in the destruction of Quickville. Everyone's dead. Sonichu's dead. Rosechu's dead. Chris Chan is dead. The chaotic combo, gone. All that remains is Magichan. So of course, X is just blown away. He was never a bad person. He would never think, oh, well, that sucks. He is honestly distraught that everyone that he could have known as friends, that he pushed around and was a prick to, is gone. He can never see them again. Until he has a revelation. Wait a minute. Didn't you and Sonichu and Chris go back in time with the chaotic crystals? So now they have a goal. They are going to collect as many chaotic crystals they can because Magichan is not feeling his full power. So that he can't do it with just the one like he used to. So they're going around and collecting as many as they can. In their travels, out of nowhere, Magichan is viciously attacked by a lightning bolt. when X turns to see it's Sonichu, missing an arm, completely damaged, and he's just obviously blown away. But Sonichu is not taking the time to talk. He is going full on against Madison, trying to kill him. It takes X finally getting involved to knock them both out of the way to figure out all this time Madison was lying. It was him who caused the explosion. He's like, the dimensional merge was in fact failing, and when Chris tried to use his power to open it, Madison used his chance to completely destroy everything, with the power of the dimensional merge. He knew what Christian wanted. He wanted to just leave them all behind so he could use the dimensional merge and go off to whatever power fantasy of this version of Chris would want. So in a desperate act to not let Chris get his way, he destroyed everything for everyone. I think he didn't know it was going to be that big, but that was basically the main event that happened. Bad Shan is a liar and a traitor, and makes an escape. Thankfully, X was the one holding the crystal balls the whole time. Thankfully, it's more than just his 2 balls. And now he has to collect all of them, because without Madchen, he has no possible way of going back in time with just a few of them and his power. He needs all of them now. So now it's constantly them trying to avoid Madchen while also getting all the crystals, the Sonichu crystal balls. Finally, they have enough, and they make the jump. In the jump, Madchen chases them, and Sonichu makes the sacrifice to make sure that X gets to the right time by jumping out of the bubble and grabbing Madchen, and they both get lost into time. Sonichu is, this version is dead, because now X makes it back in time moments before the dimensional merge happens. He gets there just in time to stop Madchen or Chris from trying to enact anything with the failing dimensional merge. Tells the whole story. Dimensional merge doesn't happen. The explosion doesn't happen. And in the last moments of realizing he won, he succeeded to prevent this disaster, X is now vanishing. Time is catching up and closing the gap between the future and this new timeline. In his last moments, he says he's happy he was able to help and save his friends. They all realize, it's obviously this is sad, but they know that means their ex is still out there and has the potential to be a hero, even if this version of him doesn't know it. And it even ends on, this first one was going to end on him opening his eyes like in the beginning, from whatever tree he was sleeping under, and just going, alright, what do I do today? Having no idea version of him just saved Quickville. And it didn't end there. Then came the second story. This one was going to be this was going to involve everyone, not just X and a few others. This was going to involve the whole cast. And it involved, this was pure coincidence. I don't remember if I had heard what was going to happen to Count Graduan and Metal Sonichu, or it just by sheer coincidence I thought it would make sense because they're like, well, where else would Graduan go? And he forgot all about Metal Sonichu. So I had the same idea. Metal Sonichu is possessed by Graduan. Now, of course, I might have heard that was Christian's plan, but I don't remember. Maybe I saw a fan art of someone who did that because of what Christian's plan was, or they thought the same thing. Either way, it seemed like that was just the idea of where to go. And so Graduan's back, and this time he's fucking ready to mean business. There was even a scene where he says to Chris, I'm not one of your fucking trolls. Well, he doesn't curse, he's more sophisticated. But he's like, I'm not one of your fucking trolls. I'm Count Graduan. I am the sorcerer. I am the wizard of destruction. What are you to me? And what is a troll to me? Nothing. Excuse me, I have sniffles. So X is now back with the others to help them out against Graduan. And everyone's keeping the big secret of what happened to that other version of him. So that plays into how he's always wondering, why do they look at me weird? Or why are they so trusting of me? I was an asshole before I left. Now all of a sudden they're acting like I'm their best buddy. So that's going on with them. The main threat, of course, is Graduan, and Graduan's not alone. No. He makes sure to go out and get any one of the old villains that are left back. Breaking Mary Lee Walsh out of jail. This time, she's his slave. Brings back Sylvana, even though she has turned good. He still has his control over her. And then, so like I brought back in the prophecy. But like, of course, Sarah Hammer's gone, Wes Isley's gone, or Isley, whatever. They're gone. So who's left? So X and one other uses the items that belong to them along with Chris. But the prophecy doesn't work according to what they thought they could do with just the bracelets. And what did Wes have again? I forget what Wes had. But they can't use those things to just win. And that is when Graduan does the unbelievable. He kills Chris. Or seals him. I forget which one. It was going to be one of those ones. But Chris is gone regardless. So the Sonichus and Rosechus are completely just without a Chris. So, oh no! I don't remember if I had a lot of the details done. But basically, it involved the crystals. It had Madge Chan and X reach out to Sylvana to realize she doesn't have to serve him anymore. She was free of him. She could be free again. She helped. She's one of the key things that helped defeat Graduan. I did have Metal Sonichu regain his sentience, if he ever had one, but like pretty much like Metal Sonic, and help defeat him. It all resorts in, of course, a big victory. I really wish I wrote this stuff down much sooner when I did this. So, victories assured. Graduan's gone for good. Prosperity and peace is brought again to Quickville. Of course, Chris is gone. Either they have to find him or, he's buried. And the ending results on Sylvana not knowing for sure if she belongs here anymore after she turned so easily back to being evil and had a hand in Chris being killed or sealed away. So X asks her, "Why not come with me and just like me, find yourself like on an adventure and see who you really are besides what everyone here says you are." And they did. There was let me just stab it in the fucking heart right here. There was no romance between them at all. No, it was just like one lost soul, not lost soul, maybe extreme. One lost Sonichu helping another lost Rosechus. And that was gonna be it. They were gonna be on this big adventure, just all that stuff. Blah blah blah. The main reason why this never happened is because at one point I just grew sick of looking at X. I hated the idea that I was getting wrapped up in this nonsense to the point where I was making fan fiction with my OC. So like in that video, like I showed at the beginning of this one, I quite literally killed X. I retired him ever being drawn again, ever being referenced again. Pardon all that noise in the background. And from there, I just went. Then I went on to my hiatus because I just was in a huge burnout and things were getting out of hand. We're trying to make panels and dubs or get lines, and then finally I returned, and here we are. And I just wanted to get that off my chest. I felt I really wanted to get down somewhere that there was a plan that is basically a crappy synopsis of what it was. And I hope for those of you who were curious, watched and enjoyed. I was going to stick as much to the lore of Sonichu as I could, while also making sense out of it. There's probably going to be a few references to Pokemon, just because. And I wanted to eliminate the idea that Chris was the be-all, end-all savior, of course. Because like I said, with Graduate, it's like, I'm not one of your trolls. Who the fuck do you think I am? And yeah, I guess that's really the best way to end it. Just, bye!